Guys, here is our poem for today. It is called A Happy Child. My house is red, a little house. A happy child am I. I laugh and play the whole day long. I hardly ever cry. I have a tree, a green, green tree, to shade me from the sun. And under it I often sit when all my play is done. Just like yesterday, I'm going to read it to you again, and I want you to draw what you visualize over here in this box. You don't have to draw the whole poem. You can draw a part that you visualized. My house is red, a little house. A happy child am I. I laugh and play the whole day long. I hardly ever cry. I have a tree, a green, green tree, to shade me from the sun. And under it I often sit when all my play is done. So let's talk about this poem real quick. Remember that this is a line, and you can notice that all of the lines start with capital letters. And in this one, they all have either a comma or punctuation, but that's not always the case. Each line doesn't have to be a complete thought. And in stories, we have sentences and paragraphs. In poems, we have lines and stanzas. So you can see that there's a bigger space right here. So these first four lines are a stanza. All right, let's look at our questions. What does the child do all day long? A, cries. B, plays with their friends. Or C, laughs and plays. So in the poem, in the third line down, I laugh and play the whole day long. So C, laughs and plays is the correct answer. Where does the child often sit? A, in a tree. B, under the tree. B or C, by the flowers. So in our last stanza it says, I have a tree, a green, green tree, to shade me from the sun. And under it I often sit when all my play is done. So they sit under the tree, which would be B. What is the setting of this poem? A, inside a little house. B, outside. Or C, at school. So it does talk about a little red house, but it doesn't talk about anything inside the little red house. So A cannot be correct. B, outside, they talk about trees and playing. And normally we don't have trees in our house, so outside could be a good answer. Let's look at the last one just in case to see if it's a better answer. C, at school. It doesn't mention a school at all, so B is the best answer. And you can tell from the poem that they are outside because she's laughing and playing, and then she goes and sits under a tree. Number 4, the author describes the tree as a tall, thin tree. True or false? Let's read how she describes it. I have a tree, a green, green tree, to shade me from the sun. So she doesn't talk about if the tree is thin or wide, so that would be false. Number 5, based on the poem, where do you think you could most often find this child? A, playing near the trees. B, watching TV. Or C, doing chores. So it does mention that they sit and play under the tree. So A would be a good answer, but we need to check out our other answers to make sure there's not a better one. B, watching TV, doesn't talk anything about watching TV or even being inside. So B can't be right. And C, doing chores, it doesn't talk about chores. So C can't be right. A, playing near the trees, is the correct answer. Alright guys, I love and miss you. If you have any questions about this assignment or if you have any questions about poetry in general, I would love to help you. Just ask. Alright, bye guys.